Welcome to Sam Podcast.
Enjoy listening to English every day.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Season 3 of the Sam Podcast. We'll be talking about business plans this season with me, Mr. Sam. Today's episode is going to be very interesting because we are discussing how to write a business plan for a home decor store. Now, joining me today is a wonderful guest who has experience in retail strategy and interior lifestyle brands. Please welcome Miss Rachel Bennett, a retail consultant who has helped several small decor stores grow into successful businesses. Rachel, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Sam. I'm really happy to be here. I love talking about business plans, and I especially love the home decor industry.
That's great to hear, because today we might disagree on a few things.
Oh, really?
Yes, because I think writing a business plan for a home decor store is actually quite simple.
Sam, I already disagree with you. A home decor store business plan can be very complex if you want it to succeed.
Well, let's find out today. Let me start with a simple idea. If someone wants to open a home decor store, they just need to decide three things. A, what products to sell. B, where the store will be located. C, how to attract customers. That's it.
That might be the simplest business plan in the world, Sam. But unfortunately, that's not enough.
Why not?
Because the home decor market is highly competitive and constantly changing. People care about design trends, price, quality, and brand image.
So you're saying a serious plan needs more structure.
Exactly.
All right, Rachel, let's start properly. What is the first part of a business plan for a home decor store?
The executive summary.
That famous section again.
Yes, even though it appears first, it's usually written last.
Interesting.
The executive summary gives readers a quick overview of the entire business idea.
So what should it include?
Several important points. A, store name. B, concept of the store. C, target market. D, unique selling point. E, basic financial goals.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Imagine a store called Cozy Living Decor. The executive summary might say something like, this business will offer affordable modern home decor products, such as decorative pillows, wall art, lighting, and small furniture designed for young urban homeowners.
That actually sounds quite attractive.
Exactly. A good executive summary makes investors interested in reading the rest of the plan.
Now let's move to the business description.
Right. This section explains what the business does and why it exists.
Sounds philosophical.
Sometimes it is.
What should entrepreneurs include here?
Several things. A, business mission. B, vision. C, type of store. D, product focus. And E, business structure.
Let's talk about mission statements. Some people think they are unnecessary.
I disagree.
Of course you do.
A mission statement helps define the purpose of the store.
Give an example.
For a home decor store, our mission is to help customers create beautiful and comfortable living spaces through stylish and affordable decor products.
That sounds nice.
Exactly. Customers don't just buy objects, they buy a lifestyle.
All right, now we reach something important, market research.
Yes, this is where many business plans become serious.
What should entrepreneurs study?
3 main things. A, target customers. B, competitors. C, market trends.
Target customers. Let's talk about customers first.
Good idea. Home decor stores can serve many types of customers. A, new homeowners. B, apartment renters. C, interior design enthusiasts. D, gift shoppers.
Each group has different needs.
Exactly. For example, young professionals may want minimalist decor, affordable furniture, modern lighting. Families may prefer functional decorations, storage solutions, durable items.
So the business plan must define the main customer group.
Yes, trying to serve everyone often leads to confusion.
Now the scary part, competitors.
Yes, every entrepreneur must study competitors.
What should they analyze?
A, product selection. B, price levels. C, store design. D, customer service. E, marketing strategy.
And weaknesses too.
Absolutely. For example, maybe competitors sell expensive decor.
Then a new store could focus on affordable decor.
Exactly. Or maybe existing stores have poor customer experience.
Then the new store could offer design consultations.
Dream idea. Let's talk about products.
This is my favorite section. Why?
Because home decor stores depend heavily on product selection.
What categories might they sell?
Common categories include wall art, decorative pillows, rugs, lighting, vases, small furniture, candles, mirrors.
That's a lot of variety.
Yes, but the business plan must decide which products are the core focus,
Why is that important?
because inventory costs can become very high.
Ah, yes. Decor stores can easily spend thousands of dollars on stock.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about the physical store.
This is extremely important for a home decor business
Why is that?
because the store itself must inspire customers.
That makes sense.
Customers should walk in and feel like they are entering a beautiful living space.
Almost like a showroom.
Exactly.
What makes a good location?
A. High foot traffic. B. Visibility from the street. C. Nearby complementary stores. D. Affordable rent.
Complementary stores?
Yes. For example, furniture stores, kitchenware shops, lifestyle boutiques.
Because customers interested in home improvement might visit all of them.
Exactly.
Now we reach something every business loves: marketing.
Or fears. Marketing is essential for a home decor store.
What strategies should be included in the business plan?
Several important ones. A. Social media marketing. B. Influencer partnerships. C. In-store events. D. Online store integration.
Social media must be powerful for decor businesses.
Absolutely. Platforms like Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok are perfect for home decor inspiration.
Because people love seeing beautiful rooms.
Exactly. One beautiful photo can inspire hundreds of purchases.
Let's talk about daily operations.
Good idea. The operations section explains how the store will run every day.
What does that include?
A. Staff roles. B. Opening hours. C. Inventory management. D. Supplier relationships.
Staff training must be important.
Very important. Employees should understand product materials, interior design basics, and customer service skills.
So they can help customers choose items.
Exactly.
Now we reach something many people fear: the financial plan.
The good business plan must estimate A. Startup costs, B. Monthly expenses, C. Sales projections, D. Break-even point.
Startup costs for a home decor store could include store renovation, shelving and displays, inventory purchase, marketing campaigns.
Exactly.
Opening a medium-sized decor store might require $30,000 to $120,000.
Sometimes even more if furniture is included.
All right, Rachel, after this long conversation, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Do you still think writing a home decor store business plan is complicated?
Absolutely. But it's also exciting.
I will admit something.
Oh?
After listening to you, I realize a good business plan requires much more thinking than I expected.
I'm glad you said that.
But I still believe entrepreneurs should keep their plan clear and simple.
And I believe they should make it detailed and strategic.
So we still disagree.
Yes, but that makes this conversation fun.
Well, everyone, that brings us to the end of today's episode of the Sam Podcast. Today, we explored how to write a business plan for a home decor store, including market research, product strategy, store design, marketing, and financial planning.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope this discussion helps anyone who dreams of opening their own decor business.
And remember, great businesses begin with great planning.
Absolutely.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode of the Sam Podcast.